What is up, beautiful people? Sorry about this. I just finished my back workout and I'm about to actually do a little bit of boxing. I have a friend that works here at the gym that he has been doing it for a while. He coaches it. So I've been taking some lessons, just decided it was something new, kind of replaced one of my cardio days, and honestly it's only my second time, but I've been having a blast. So like I said in my first video, I really want this channel to focus on bettering people's lives in any way possible, and I'm a firm believer in mindset is a lot of this. So I have decided Mondays are going to be Mindset Mondays, and for this Mindset Monday, we're going to focus on that fact that we are our own worst critics and that we are hardest on ourselves and we are our worst enemies. So that's going to be our main focus. I'm going to go ahead and introduce my trainer to you. He is super awesome. I'm going to let him take over, and then I'm going to show you all the boxing and kind of go through the talk with you guys. So we'll see you soon.
I mean, I'm never ready, but you can go ahead.
Yeah, you can take a drink, do whatever you need.
Just go ahead. I mean, it's fine.
It's recording.
Oh, it's recording?
Yeah.
Went in Caesar. Been doing this for about 7 years, so probably since my sophomore year of high school. Been training Jenny on a couple basics, and then make it throw up just a little bit. So I train out at Faith Open Gloves out in White Settlement. I'm sure she can put the address somewhere down there later on, but just enjoy the video. And if you have any more questions, you can DM her or something.
Cool. What is up, guys? So may I remind you that this is only my second time ever starting boxing, so it was very slow, still learning the basics, doing my best, but it has been a lot of fun. And the second session I really enjoyed that we got to get outside this time. So let's go ahead and just jump right into today's topic. So today's topic, like I said, is us being our own worst critics and being our hardest on ourselves. So kind of my background story with this is I grew up in gymnastics, as I said in my first video. I grew up in gymnastics, always had a very strong muscle build, and was always made fun of and bullied for it. I was always told I looked like a man, that I wasn't feminine, that I shouldn't wear anything girly because it didn't look good on me. And I started to believe that. I started to allow that to be my reality. And I never wore short sleeves. I never wore tank tops. I always had to have a guy's t-shirt so it would be baggy on me so nobody could see my muscle tone or see my build. I always hid everything, and it got to the point where I would look in the mirror and I would hate who I was. I would hate who I saw. I would hate every tiny thing about me, and it was extremely toxic and it was extremely hard. I remember going to dressing rooms and trying things on, and on multiple occasions just crying uncontrollably because no matter what I put on, all I could think of was their comments is, I'm ugly, I look like a man, I'm not feminine, I shouldn't even wear a dress because I look like a man. What man wears dresses? And even though, the bullying went from 6th grade up until I finished high school. So yes, that's a long period of time. But I allowed them to make me feel that way. And that was something that took a very long time to understand, is that I allowed their thoughts to become my thoughts. And it's hard to realize that while it's happening, and it's hard to step back and tell yourself, okay, just because they say that doesn't mean it's true. And so the first thing I did was I started to notice when I would have those thoughts. So if I was out in public, oh, I can't eat that because I'll get fat. Okay, well, I need to step back and rethink that. Okay, I can eat that, but should I? Or, oh, I can't wear that. Someone who looks 10 times more feminine than me should wear that. Okay, hold on. Let me step back. I am a woman. I am strong. I am beautiful. I can wear that if I want to wear that. Looking in the mirror. Oh my goodness, I am so ugly. Oh my goodness, I hate my hair. I hate my face. I hate my muscles. Okay, let me step back. My hair is beautiful just the way it is. I am strong. I am a woman. I am everything I need to be. And so from there, from acknowledging my thought process and changing it, and it's a very slow process and it's a very hard process. There were multiple times I would cry. I would cry, and I would not be able to stop because having those positive thoughts was really hard at first, completely rewiring my brain, which is what you're doing. You are rewiring your brain. And it's hard, and it was almost painful. There were times where it would hurt me, and I pushed through, and I'm extremely fortunate that I did. So I started that way. I rewired my brain. I would catch my thought process. I would retrain myself to think in different ways. And then from there, I began affirmations. So I found my 3 things that I really disliked the most about myself. And that was my temper, my appearance, and I believe it was patience. And I went every morning. I would look at I had them posted on my mirror, and I would look in the mirror, and I am beautiful, I am calm, and I am patient. And the first morning I did that, and I said it out loud. You have to say it out loud. The first morning that I said, I am beautiful, I cried. I cried so hard because I had never in my life thought that. I had never in my life said that. I had never in any way even thought that that word could be associated with myself. And so every morning, and I would repeat them 5 times every morning. And then throughout the day, when I would start to feel any negativity creep in, or I would feel my temper kick in, or if I would notice that I was being extremely impatient, I would say my affirmations, not just one, all 3 out loud. And I don't care where I am, I'll step in the bathroom and I'll whisper them to myself. Self-care is more important than what a stranger is going to think of you. Because if you don't care about yourself, then why does it matter what they think? I mean, they're not going to care either. And so I began that way. I did the affirmations. I would tell myself them all the time, even when driving and I'm yelling at the ridiculous drivers on the road, screaming at them. I would stop myself and I would tell myself, I am patient, I am calm, and I am beautiful. And that way I could tell myself I am, because I would always tell people, oh, I'm not patient, I'm angry, I'm this, I'm that. And the more that I said it, the more I became it. And so I was listening to a podcast one time, and they were talking about you reap what you sow. And the way I took this, and if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but this is how I took it. Basically, if I plant an apple seed, I can't get oranges. And so if I am planting negativity into my mind, I will never have positivity from it. I will never have a happy lifestyle. I will never love myself or others. And that was something that hit me really hard was, okay, I can't be negative and expect to be positive. That just doesn't make sense. You can't do it. Just like you can't go forwards and backwards at the same time. You can't be negative and then have a positive lifestyle. So I started making as many changes as I could, like I said, with my thought process and with the affirmations. And the main thing while you're going through this is to be patient with yourself, to understand you are not perfect and nobody ever will be perfect. But you can try every day to love yourself, to be your best self, and to just put your best foot forward and your most positive foot forward at all times. My favorite thing to say and to remind myself, honestly, is I can't love someone else until I love myself. And that's anybody, that's family, that's friends, and then eventually any intimate relationship. You can't love them if you don't love yourself. Because what you're doing is any love that you do have in, let's say you are a cup and your cup is filled halfway, you are giving all the love you have to that other person, and there's none left over for yourself. And so my goal has been to make my cup overflow with love, to be so full with love that there is plenty to give. And there's plenty of love to go around. So I had to start with myself. I had to cut off a lot of toxic people. And I started to realize that what I see in the mirror is not what everyone else sees. Because when I look in the mirror, and still sometimes I struggle with it. So there's days I won't put on a tank top because all I see are big arms, big, strong arms. And then I have to remind myself, I am strong. I am extremely strong. And not trying to be cocky or anything, but I get a lot of compliments on my arms. I have a lot of men and women tell me, oh my goodness, you have such amazing arms. I wish I had arms like yours. They're so beautiful. And even though I hear it now, sometimes it's hard to believe because it's so hardwired into my brain that I look like a man. And like I was saying earlier, I have to catch that thought process. And I have to realize I am harder on myself than anybody else is. And that sometimes I need to give myself some slack. I need to relax a little bit. That I can't be perfect. And this is the body that I have. This is the life that I have. I can make the changes I need to make. But at the end of the day, it's up to the universe or God or whatever you may believe. It is up to your higher power what your life is going to be like. For me, I personally believe in the universe and that my life is, for the most part, predetermined for me. And this is the path I'm on. This is where I'm supposed to be at this exact moment. And I just have to be thankful for what I have and who I am and what this life has given me. And when I look in the mirror, I still have to do affirmations. And I'm still telling myself every morning that I am beautiful. And it's not an easy one, especially if you've had a long time of telling yourself that you're not. But it's okay to start. And I suggest you start now. Go look in the mirror, pause this video, but please come back, pause the video, and go look in the mirror and tell yourself, I am beautiful. I am enough. I have everything I need inside of me. Nobody can give me that. Nobody at all. Only myself. And the more you tell yourself these kind of things, the more you'll start to believe it, and the stronger you'll feel, and the more beautiful you'll feel. And you'll start to notice your relationships changing. Just from loving yourself, you'll be able to love others so much more. And yes, you may lose some people along the way, but you'll step back and realize that those aren't relationships that needed to be in your life. And just remember, take it easy on yourself. Nobody's perfect 24/7. We all have bad days. We all have times where we don't think we look the most attractive. But if there's an outfit you like and you put it on and you think it fits, but you're too worried about what others think, just don't. Who cares? Because almost every person you see, you'll probably never see again. And honestly, they're probably so focused on what they're doing, they might not even be noticing you. It's time to live. It's time to enjoy life. It's time to love yourself because you can't be anybody else. There's no way. It's impossible. You have to love the person you are inside. And so thank you guys so much for listening to this Mindset Monday. I hope it helped. I hope you enjoyed it. If there are ever any questions, please, please, please leave them down below. I will link my Instagram. I will link my Snapchat. It'll be in the description box. Reach out to me, ask a question, do whatever you need. I want to share as much positivity as I can. If there are ever any topics that y'all want discussed, you can email me, DM me on Instagram, leave a comment, whatever you need to do, I will get to them. But thank you so much for listening to this episode of Mindset Monday. And like I said, the boxing might not be the prettiest, but I am trying my hardest and I'm just having fun with it. So thank you guys, and I will see y'all on Thursday.